Running from the cop, shooting at it up. Yo, Pierre, you wanna come here?
Welcome back to my channel, Sizzle's World, and it's Sydney Sizzle, Sid the Kid, here with you all. Today, I'll be bringing you guys a Q&A that I did on Twitter, and I'll be talking about some of the organizations on Howard's campus. So if you're interested, stay tuned, and as always, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and share it. Let's get it. First question is from Ayo Amikex. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. I'm really trying to do better. So when you come on campus, like, let me know, or let me know now after you see this video. Sorry. So your question is, I just wanted to know how hard it was for you to be a part of SOB track team and still be very involved in campus. Because I currently just committed to running track for HU, okay, and I also want to be a part of HUSA, FLA, and maybe Stroll, and I'm in SOB as well. Well, welcome to the HU Track and Field team and SOB gang. For me, I was involved in campus life, but I wasn't doing HUSA, FLA, strolling. Like, I was either on the track, in my books, or shooting around campus. But for you, I would say it's all about time management. That's a huge thing for freshmen, even for people that aren't freshmen, just in general. Strolling, I would not suggest unless you are going to put all your time and effort into it. It's very demanding, and it's almost like a sport. When you're your coach, when they tell you you have practice at so and so time, you have to be there. You can't miss it. Just like you can get kicked off of a sports team, you can get kicked off of your stroll line. I know they have like study hall hours they have to do. It's very demanding. So if you're not gonna put all of yourself into it, I would not suggest doing it. HUSA and FLA is very competitive, but it's not at the end all be all. And FLA stands for Freshman Leadership Academy. I have a lot of friends that are involved in FLA, but as I said, it's very competitive. Now, don't think that if you don't get in, that's all you can be, all you can do. There's always different ways you can, be a leader on campus or be involved. Same thing for HUSA. I don't really think that freshmen can become a part of HUSA until their sophomore year, but I think they can become like senates or interns or something like that. But as I said in my video about what freshmen should know before coming to Howard, is that if you just ask questions and say, how can I do this, people are going to listen to you and answer your questions. But if you just kind of come up to them like you own the place, you're going to set yourself up for failure. So with that in mind, I hope I answered your question. If I didn't, you have my Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat, so always hit me up if you have any other questions. Love Maya XO. Hey girl. So she says, for School of Business, what are the days we have to dress up like, and what is the dress code? So every time you have business orientation, which is Tuesday and Thursday, you have to be in your suit, unless they tell you we can be in business casual. But the attire is always black or blue suits. My dog's funny. It's either black or blue suits, and same thing, vice versa. For females, you have to wear your stockings and try to make sure they're the same color as your skin tone. Sometimes, like I know for church, when you're younger, your parents put you in like white stockings or like black stockings. Don't do that. It just doesn't look good. And for guys, make sure that your belt matches your shoes. You know, it just looks tacky if you're not matching. Howard's class of 21 or 150 Bison, I'm not really sure what to call it, but they asked, how do you balance athletics and academics? Are there planners or apps you would recommend? Wow. For me, balancing athletics with academics was super easy. I don't really know how I did it, but those of you that are in SOB, take BPS seriously, because that class is finessable until you get to the final. And what I mean is finessable, like you can do everything online. Like he'll come around the, I'm really telling on myself, he'll come around the classroom when you're taking the test, but you can still, you know, hop onto Google, ask this question, find the answer to that. But when it comes to taking the final, it's on paper, and people, well, the teachers are watching you. So you can't, there's no way around, even, there's no loophole at all. So make sure you take your classes seriously, y'all. Unless you know you can finesse it. Anyway, for athletes, you have to have a minimum of 8 hours in study hall. And if you don't have 8 hours, then you will more than likely get in trouble, especially if your grades are suffering. There's no excuse why any athlete has below a 3.0. They give us so many resources to the point where, like, if you need something, they have you. Like, you shouldn't be failing a class unless you just fail the final. Regardless, you should do fine for all athletes that are coming to Howard. Planners, I really tried to have a planner, but I'm just not a planner person. Like, at the beginning of the school year, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I was writing everything down, and then I don't know, like, it just isn't me. I'm used to just putting everything in my phone, and I'm able to, like, keep up in my brain, like, what's due. Now I'm just gonna talk about some of the organizations and clubs at Howard. So for freshmen, yeah, they're usually freshman based. There's the LOQSC, and that is Lady of the Quad. It stands for Lady of the Quad. It's a social club, and they basically are there to empower freshmen, bring them in, and make sure they, you know, they feel comfortable with their matriculation to Howard. If you have any questions about them, I can always put you in contact with an LOQ. And then on the other hand, we have MOGWC and GODSC. So GODSC stands for Gentlemen of Drew Social Club, and the other one stands for Men of George Washington Carver. They both do the same thing. They're both about service and, you know, showing what a real gentleman is supposed to be sometimes. But, you know, most of them in the club, like, I really am cool with them. I'm really good friends with them. So I don't have anything negative to say. I'm just being me. But if you, as I said, if you have any questions about what those clubs or organizations are about, I can always put you in contact with them. But yeah, once you're in those organizations, you stay in them for the rest of your life. So yeah, that's the gist of it. And then, as always, Howard is the Mecca, is the mother, Pearl is the, yes. So we have D9s here, but we have other fraternities like the Business Fraternity, Alpha Kappa Psi, and Delta Sigma Pi. And then we have, we also have band fraternities as well. Well, there's only one band fraternity, and then there's 1 or 2 music fraternities. And then there's also Track 5 Track, and I think there's like Cheer 5 Cheer or Cheer. I'm not really sure, but there's a lot of different fraternities that are not on the national level, like the Divine Nine. And then academic clubs. So within each school, there's always a club. So I'm a part of computer-based information systems. There's American Marketing Club. I know there's like a dance club, there's a Chinese club, there's a math club, economics club, a debate team. There's a lot to do, and as I said, if you ever have any questions when you get to school and you see someone's a part of it, ask them how to join. Outside of clubs and organizations, there's pageants. So one of the biggest pageants for freshmen is the Miss and Mr. Freshman. That one was a huge one this year. The last two things are UGSA and HUSA. So HUSA is the Howard University Student Association, I think. And UGSA is the undergraduate student assembly. So UGSA usually puts on most of the parties in homecoming. So like First Friday, they put that on, Spring Fest, homecoming, anything that you've seen on Twitter, the students from UGSA have put on. HUSA, they're the ones that come up with like the policies, I guess, and send them to Wayne Frederick, the president of Howard. And that's really what their job is, to make sure there's transparency within their associate or within the student government, and also with those above them as well. If you have any other questions and want me to answer them, let me know in the comments below and I will definitely do them. As for now, I think that's all. So I shall see you guys later.